Hello and welcome to this video. My name's David Thorne and you are watching David's Video. The topic of this video is how you can earn 100k plus for being a software developer. Now this topic in some countries is a little bit taboo. For that reason, it's not always wise to talk to your colleagues or your co-workers, whoever, about your salary or about salaries generally within inside of your company, even if it's through WhatsApp, outside of work and so on. Therefore, be careful with what you say and really don't think it's an easy task getting 100,000 plus. You've got to do some real hard work to get it, and it is not going to happen like this. Listen about how the steps are in order to increase your salary over time and gradually. Is the key word, gradually. It doesn't come instantly unless you were born with a name of Elon Musk or something. Prior to discussing salaries and so on with your future employee, it's always wise to do a little bit of research about their references, their companies that they sell their products to, who they're developing for, what type of equipment do they have, how is the environment around it, what type of holiday are they offering? What type of benefits are they offering? Because all of this together gives you a good idea of how much they're going to pay. Also, when you walk around the company to see how the people are, what type of equipment do they have on the table? Do they have top of the range laptops? Do they have top of the range monitors? All developers and people trying to get a job, they have a curriculum vitae and so on, selling themselves, giving information about what they've done, what they've studied, their experience and so on. You need to be doing that with the company as well. What does their website look like? Do they have an application? Do they have references? Is the website responsive? Does it work on all different browsers and so on? Do they look like a company that can pay top money? If they've invested money on their website and their social media and so on, you know they're spending some money on it. Go to different websites like LinkedIn to see comments from other employees that they've had or that they have at the moment. Nerds, as we know, tend to wear t-shirts and so on. They're not wearing suits and shirts. They're very introvert people. But you can always have a look at what watches they're wearing, what telephones they've got, what shoes they've got and so on. Because normally they will spend the money on high-end things if they're earning good money. As a software developer with experience, you are not selling yourself. The company is selling them to you. There are so many companies today searching for quality developers. Don't go searching for the job. Let the people come to you. Lay some breadcrumbs out. Get in contact with other people. Recruiters and so on for big companies will see that you're available. Quality developers don't search for jobs. Quality companies search for quality developers. If you're not very good at interviews or you don't have much experience with interviews, once you've done your 5 years of studying or whatever it is that you were going to do, you need to learn how to be a salesperson. And what are you selling? You're selling yourself. Wherever you live, if you live in a small town or a big city and so on, you need to find companies where you can practice and you can learn how to be best at an interview and best sell yourself, to know your own skills. What are the things that your future employee is looking for in you? When are they going to sit there and go, this is the person that I want? You need to learn how to sell yourself. You don't want to be learning how to sell yourself in the companies that you actually want to work for. You want to do all of this experience in other companies, in other towns, elsewhere. If you do live in a small town and there's only a limited amount of companies, it's going to be that you're going to have to travel a long way to get there. What you need to do is you need to move. You need to move to a city where there's technology. To be a software developer or to be a high earning software developer, you need to be in a whole area where there's lots of demand for software development. Send out a whole bunch of applications to small companies that are outside of your area that you really don't want to work for, and go and test and go and learn. You'll have a better understanding about how you can sell yourself in a few sentences. Go into a company and them forcing you to not be able to do any open source development or forcing you to not be able to do any other development on your own and so on is something that's not good. A company that provides you with a laptop, a MacBook or anything and says, here, this is yours, do whatever you want on it, right? But just make sure you provide us with quality development is what you want. If a company comes to you and says, here's a laptop, you can only do our stuff on it, you can't do anything left or right or up or down, it's restricting you to your future. You're a developer and you want to be making sure that you're always extending your knowledge, ready for new tasks, for new things. In order to earn the big money, you've got to do jumps into these positions. You've got to step from one company to the next until you increase your salaries all the time. As you increase your experience, you increase your knowledge, and you increase how wise you are about software development, which means the salary is going to increase as well. Just because you've studied computer science for 5 years does not make you a software developer in the real world. A person who spent the past 5 years doing programming on their free time, their weekends, learning this, that and the other about software development, enhancing all of their skills and so on, and in their free time gone to university and got a diploma, is a real developer. Don't kid yourself just to think because you have a piece of paper that says you are a computer scientist means that you're a software developer. It doesn't. Someone who can write code and just know and feel the code and work with other people and read their other code and understand it straight away is a developer. Just because people think that you're going to have to type on the keyboard all day long is not true. Okay, this part here, typing into the keyboard, is the last thing. Most of the work is done here with planning about how you are going to write code. This planning comes from lots of other projects you've done and you've had to refactor them and you've made lots of mistakes and you've found lots of bugs and your apps crashed and so on. So remember, your piece of paper with a master's degree on it is going to assist you to get a better job, to get more money, but it's your knowledge that is going to get you the job. Okay, so another key thing is there's being a good software developer, but there's also understanding design patterns and architecture and so on. This plays a big part in getting the job. But having a tech interview means that the person is going to ask you some questions where they want to retrieve your knowledge to see whether you have a good understanding about design patterns or what type of architectures you use whilst programming. Once you do get into the job, if you are a junior developer and so on, you want to get as much money as possible, but as a junior developer you want to get as much experience as possible. Junior development is not about the money, it's about the experience, it's about the people that you work with. You want to work with the awesome people. You don't care about how much money you earn. It's the awesome people and the knowledge that they are giving you and the help they're giving you, the pair program they're giving you, the code review that they're giving you. This is the stuff that you want, because in a future job interview that you have, you're going to take all of that knowledge that you've had from other people and you're going to use it to pass forward into your next job. So don't always think that as a junior developer you need to earn loads of money. If anything, it's the junior developer time where you earn the bad money. Alright, you want to have enough money to be able to fund yourself, to fund MacBooks or iPhones or whatever it is, all the tech stuff that you need, and to have a nice life. But ultimately, in the beginning, you're getting the experience. So your first job, if anything, my advice would be, is to work in some form of service provider. A company that makes apps for other people, makes websites for other people, writes code for other people, that's continuous. There's always lots of small projects, because it's the small projects, the creating the new projects is the important thing you need to learn. The architecture, the working with the team and so on, to be able to do bug finding, how to stop bugs from happening. This is the key stuff that you need to learn. The money comes with the experience. The more and more experience you get, the more projects that you've done, the higher your salary, okay? And the more responsibility that you are going to get. Okay, so that's enough talking. I think I've given you a quick introduction of how you can have a target of earning 100k. Okay, don't think that, like I said, you're going to get 100k just like that, unless you were born a genius, and then 100k is just not enough money. I hope you've got something out of this. I've been developing for 10 plus years, and I can tell you one thing, my salary didn't go from mega to awesome. My salary went from something to something more, then to a lot, and then to a lot more. My salary came because I had the experience and I had the know-how. It didn't just come just because. I proved myself. Okay, so just remember, in order to get to a place, you've got to go through the journey first. At the end of the journey, there is a reward, okay? And there's always a bigger reward. It's just down to you whether you want to take that journey. Okay, thanks very much for watching. My name's David Thorne. You've been watching David's videos. Before you go, don't forget to like, subscribe, and tap that bell icon so you get notified when I release any new videos. Make sure you comment down below. And yeah, that's it. Thanks very much for watching, and stay safe. Goodbye.